everybody, welcome to Wild Boy Movies, the place to talk movies, and today was crazy for me. It was my first day of college, and on top of that, K-pop Demon Hunters became the most popular Netflix movie of all time, and my Murder Drones V plush came in the mail today, and on top of that, we got our first look images of Hazbin Hotel Season 2. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is giving you guys my thoughts on these 8 new images that we got for Season 2, as well as speculating what could be going down in Season 2 based off of these images. But be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below your thoughts on these images for Hazbin Season 2. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so out of nowhere today, Collider went ahead and dropped an article where they went ahead and gave us 8 new images, giving us our first look at Season 2 of Hazbin Hotel. And to me, this felt like getting our first look to a movie that I was very much anticipating. Like, that's how much I'm looking forward to Season 2. But let's go ahead and take a look at these photos. Starting off, we have one of Alastor and Lucifer sitting against one another. And based off of this image, we can assume that Alastor and Lucifer are still gonna have their beef that we saw in Season 1, Episode 5, which I can't wait to see much more of Lucifer and Alastor going at it against each other. Like, that was some of the most entertaining parts of Hazbin Hotel, and I can't wait to see more of that. But zooming in on this image, there are some interesting details. For one, the mug that Alastor is holding says Duck Season, which is not only a nod to the Looney Tunes with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, but it's also a nod to Lucifer being obsessed with rubber ducks. But another thing to point out, Alastor has his cane back. Remember, in the Season 1 finale, we saw that cane get broken in half during the battle between Alastor and Adam. And here in Season 2, Alastor is going to have that cane back, and he's just going to fix it himself. The next image that we got is of our first look at the main villains of Season 2, the V's. Now, even though the V's had like a small role in Season 1, they will be the main villains of Season 2, continuing off the tease from the Season 1 finale. We'll get to other details involving Vox and Charlie in a bit, but take a look at this image. It's so good that it's now my laptop wallpaper. The next image that we got is a look of inside of the newly renovated Hazbin Hotel. Now, when looking at Nifty and her dust pile, to me, it feels like a reference to Marcel the Shell's pet lint, Alan. But in this photo, we also get our first HD look of a new character in Season 2, Baxter. Now, from what we know, Baxter is like a scientist character who goes to the hotel in research on the idea of redemption, and his hypothesis is that redemption isn't possible. Try telling that to Sir Pentious, who made it up into heaven. And while speaking of Sir Pentious, let's go ahead and talk about this image of Sir Pentious in chains in court. Now, this is rather interesting because we saw in that Season 1 finale, Sir Pentious sacrificed his life in order to help out in the fight, and he ended up in heaven, proving that he was redeemed in that hotel. But it seems like here that heaven doesn't believe that Sir Pentious is actually redeemed, and that they will have a trial for him to see whether or not he is actually worthy enough to be up in heaven. At least that's what I can assume from one of the last shots of Season 1 with Sir Finn looking surprised that Sir Pentious is in heaven. But it looks like Sir Pentious will have some allies in heaven because in this next image, we get to see what will probably be a musical number, most likely a reprise of Welcome to Heaven. And we see Sir Pentious surrounded by the returning characters of Emily and St. Peter, along with a brand new character in the series, April, who will be voiced by Patrick Stump, the lead singer of Fall Out Boy. So I'm wondering if these three will be helping Sir Pentious be able to stay up in heaven. The next image that we got is of our first look of the returning character of Lute, who we saw in Season 1 as Adam's right-hand man or woman. Now, don't expect to see that much of Lute in season 2 just because she's really not one of the main villains. Instead, it will be the V's. But taking a look at this photo, we get to see Lute with some sort of new arm in the shadow and in this faraway image of her. I know I keep bringing up the season 1 finale, but it was in that episode where we got to see Lute lose her arm after having to tear it off after some rubble fell on that arm. And we saw in those last few seconds Lute with that one arm missing. But here in season 2, she will have a new replacement arm. And I can't tell if it's like a robotic replacement or if it's like a sword or something. Now this next image gives us a big hint of what we could see go down in season 2. It is essentially of Charlie Morningstar looking up at this blimp from Vox Tech where it shows her on the screen questioning if she is a dictator. Now, I find it interesting that Vox and the V's are specifically targeting Charlie Morningstar in particular, since you think that they would go after Alastor, since Vox and Alastor do have a rivalry. But remembering that little tease in the season 1 finale with the V's wanting to take over, this could be part of their plan to take over, because remember, Charlie is the daughter of Lucifer, who is sort of in charge, and that technically makes Charlie Morningstar royalty. So this could probably be part of that plan where they try to tarnish and ruin the reputation of Charlie Morningstar so that it could be easier for the V's to take over. Taking a look now at the last image that was revealed, we see Charlie and Vox inside of the hotel, and we know this is the hotel based off of an earlier image that we talked about. Now, why is Vox here with Charlie? Well, I'm thinking that maybe this could be Vox attempting to make a deal with Charlie. Now, we don't know if Vox is capable of making deals just like Alastor is, but if he is capable of making deals, it wouldn't be too surprising for Vox to go ahead and go to Charlie and say, hey, we can stop all of this ruining your public image in exchange for you allowing us and the V's to take over and become the rulers of the pentagram. That, I think, could be going down in this scene, and I could imagine Charlie saying no to that, which could lead to the V's going to war with the Hazbin Hotel. Now, in terms of when we could see some actual footage of Season 2 in terms of a trailer, well, I'm going out and speculating that we could see the first trailer for Hazbin Hotel Season 2 sometime in late September to early October. Given that Season 2 premieres October 29th, Amazon Prime will probably go ahead and start marketing this second season at least a month before the second season goes ahead and premieres. So we still got a bit of time to wait before we get to see the first trailer for Season 2. Also, I want to give a shout out to this internet user, Maxinwell, who made this awesome fan-made poster for Hazbin Hotel Season 2. I saw this on Instagram and I just wanted to share it with you guys. But regardless, I want to hear from you guys. What can you guys speculate based off of these first 8 images for Hazbin Hotel Season 2, as well as your thoughts on these first look images? Go ahead and leave that down in the comments section, and while you're at it, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video, and have a great day.